Hi, this is JP Newman at Fulfillionaire, and welcome to today's podcast, which is going to be super fun. Today, Krishna is joining me, and we're going to play a game with you. And I think the thing to really understand is that people take money so seriously. It's so complicated, so difficult to understand. I'll never get to my finances. I'll never find that freedom feeling that I'm looking for. But what if we were just to knock all that out today and say, you've got this? It can actually feel like a game. It could be a really, really fun game. And to show you how much fun the Fulfillionaire game could be, we're going to just play a little game right now. Krishna, what game do you want to play today around money?
We're going to play a game. It's called Keep It, Sell It, or Walk Away.
Keep it, sell it, or walk away. Okay.
And what we're going to do is we have a lot of people in our community.
Yeah.
And they have shared some pretty incredible stories with us.
Yes.
And they've shared some stories with us about how they can overcome themselves.
Yeah.
And how there's opportunities around what they're building and what they're creating and where they want to go in their life.
Great.
And maybe some of the stories that we'll share here will be really pertinent to our audience. And so let's play the game.
Let's play the game. You guys ready? I bet you're going to learn a thing or two. Krishna, just tell me, how people reached out to you, said, tell me, what are your biggest challenges still? Or how did you phrase the question?
Yeah. Tell me what is present for you in your financial life right now that you need help overcoming.
Sounds fun. Juicy.
It's juicy. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to share with JP the scenario. He's not seen these, by the way.
No.
This is the first time that he's seeing these.
Yes.
Which is so fun.
So fun.
And I'm going to present it to him. And JP, you're going to tell me, or you're going to say, keep it, sell it, or walk away.
Okay.
Some of these may not be so black and white.
Okay.
So feel free to...
Keep it, sell it, walk away. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What you got?
All right. I'm already financially overextended.
Yeah.
But an incredible investment opportunity has just come across my desk. What do I do?
Walk away. And the reason why you should walk away from that one is we all have FOMO. We all want to don't want to miss that investment. And at the time, it feels like the fear of missing out gets so strong that we're willing to make some decisions that are perhaps not our decisions for our best overall financial picture. And so when you're already overextended, a lot of times it's that feeling of not just FOMO, it's like, this is the thing that'll get me less overextended. A lot of times it's the thing that'll take you in the rabbit hole, becoming more overextended, because we all have to hope and pray it's going to work out. But when you're already in a place of feeling overextended, what you really need to do at that point is get back to basics. More cash, more savings, not high risk at that point, consolidate, go 30, 60, 90, 6 months out and just get yourself back on a track of confidence. Because remember, so much of this is going to be your nervous system reset. And if your nervous system's already out of whack, putting a lottery ticket on top of that is not going to reset your nervous system. So that's why I would walk away. What do you think?
Yeah. Also, I've heard you had conversations with a lot of these people. We were just talking to someone yesterday.
Yeah.
And she needed to feel safe in her nervous system.
Yeah.
And so I think the emotion of what you're talking about is creating safety internally before chasing safety externally.
That is correct.
Amazing.
We've done this once or twice. You've heard me. You've listened.
And I think another question is, and maybe you have a different frame of reference, but is this actually moving me closer to my actual framework of the 4 Ps?
Yeah.
And what does that actually, what will this investment actually mean to me if I make it? Is it creating more freedom in my life, or is it actually creating more pressure?
Yeah.
If I looked at this investment 7, 8, 10 years, maybe even 3 to 5 years down the line, am I looking back? How am I actually feeling after I made the decision?
Yeah. I had another phone call yesterday from one of our Fulfillionaire graduates, and we're just having this conversation because this person's in a situation where they have a lot of liquidity, but they still haven't hit their freedom number, as far as they're still spending more money in their investments than they are what they need to run their life, their freedom number life. And so imagine having a really good liquidity, but feeling completely anxious, falling into anxiety because you're going backwards every month because you have just this. You're burning and you're not making a plan to how you're going to solve that. So the ideas that were coming up were very speculative ideas, like you could feel lots of nervous system fear. And my advice was just that. I said, hey, let's slow down. Instead of trying to solve for this big XYZ, remember, you're safe actually. Like you're past your safety number. You are covering your burn rate. Your rent can get paid for many more months. Let's just look at like 60 and 90-day goals right now. That is going to get you more on track. Let's slowly build to your number again. Because as long as you're feeling like your money's just going away without a plan, it's very hard on the nervous system if you don't have a plan to regulate that. So that was just yesterday.
Step 1, vision, clarity, and plan.
Yeah.
And all of your decisions can then come from that foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready for the next one?
Question 2. Go for it.
All right. I have enough money to fund my life, but my company could be worth significantly more in 5 years. It's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is high class problems. High class problems.
Yeah.
Do I sell now or do I keep growing?
Wow. Keep it.
Keep it. Sell it.
Or
walk away.
I'm going to say on this one, my answer is
drum roll.
It depends. There's no clear answer for that one, because this goes back to going back to your framework, or fulfilling your framework of what do you actually want, what are you solving for in your life? Remember, we're not here to collect coins. We're not chasing them. We're here to find our feelings. So what feelings are we looking to find? And is holding this company going to help you find those feelings within your presence wealth, your purpose wealth, your play wealth, and your people wealth? And go back, if you don't know the frameworks, we can go through all that. But basically what I would say to that is, what are you trying to achieve? If you've already won the financial game, then first of all, take a moment. Congratulations. Tell your nervous system, I've won. And once you know that you've won, then it's a game. Well, it should always be a game, by the way. It can be a game from day one. It can be a game for you today. But once you know it's a game, then what are you trying to solve for in the game? I think if what you're trying to, if making more money brings you more purpose wealth because you want to start a foundation, like right now, I'm actually in a situation where we're talking about launching another company, and it's actually feeling pretty fun. But coming from a place which is such a luxury of saying, what do I want to create next? I'm an artist. I'm not just a guy surviving, but I'm an artist and a manifester. What do I want to play? When I think about potentially launching a second company, that's actually play wealth for me. It's purpose wealth. It's people wealth. So it's hitting all the and the play wealth.
Yeah.
No, what was the last one? Presence wealth.
Presence, yeah.
Presence wealth would be the challenge actually for me. Like, can I actually do all that and stay present? So that's why it depends. There's no right answer. And I would say that if you think the 5 years is going to bring you closer to the things that matter to you most, the why that makes you cry, I say, keep it, don't sell it, and go. And if you're just doing it for a vanity metric to 2x your net worth, sell it and walk away.
Totally.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the conversation that you had with Austin Netzley on your podcast maybe a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you're in a place where you feel like you can step away while still owning your place in the business in the way that you want to,
yeah,
I think that that you can have the best of both worlds. Can someone take over the operations? Can you step away from your business for the first 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months, and know that you're really going to be in a safe and secure spot, and your business is going to be in a safe and secure spot to where maybe you don't need to walk away, and you can optimize the game in the way that you want to play it instead of it being a black and white decision.
As Austin says, can you make yourself replaceable?
Yeah.
Which most entrepreneurs or visionaries don't want to do, but that's actually winning. I'd like to do that. I like to make myself replaceable in certain areas. Like not with my wife, but like other areas, like, more like a business thing.
Yeah. You can't be replaceable to your wife.
No, you can't outsource that.
No.
As it turns out, you cannot outsource.
Can't delegate.
That sounds like another podcast. Where do you want to go next? Next question.
Next question. Okay. I want to buy a dream house, but it would tie up a large portion of my wealth. Mm-hmm. Do I buy it or preserve my freedom?
It's an interesting way to word the question. Do I buy it or preserve my freedom? Mm. Based on the way that was worded, I would say walk away. Because the person's not understanding the question. If your dream house is providing the freedom, because in your vision, the dream house is where you raise your kids. Like for me, my house is like loaded with memories that have a ton of freedom associated to it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's your contradiction that tells me what the right answer is and that for that specific question. If the material good that you're buying is going to further your 4 dimensions of wealth, your 4 Ps in some way, then it doesn't become this conflict with freedom. It's in line. So you have a financial plan. I actually had a call, this was 2 days ago, a call I had with one of our new upcoming workshop students where once again, he came into a big stock option through his job. And he's trying to save every penny of it because it's a very valuable stock. It's a great tech stock. And so he doesn't want to give away too much of it. But the actual freedom for him and the joy comes in giving up some of it. And it's finding the right balance. You can still be respectable and like a responsible investor. And you got to have the money because that's not just your nervous system feeling safety. Guys, don't you want to have fun? This is supposed to be fun. Life is short. So it is kind of that balance of both. So on that, the way that question was worded, I say walk away until that house becomes freedom for you. And houses can be great investments. In fact, if I'm going to give you one piece of advice today, you ready to make money? There's a 90% chance, 95% chance you're going to make money. If you buy a house in a fast growing city like in Austin or a Dallas or a Salt Lake or a Denver, and you hold that house for 5 to 10 years because you really want to grow a family or do something really cool, pretty good chance you're going to make money on that house if it's in the right neighborhood, in the right spot of a fast growing city. It will outpace inflation. That's historically, that's what happens. But don't use your house like an ATM. If you're trying to figure this out in 2 or 3 years and you're trying to treat it like a investment, a whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing this reminds me of is when you're talking about liquidity, cash flow speculation, one of the things that you mentioned is tying the thing that you want to buy to a financial win.
Yeah.
And that is where not only do you experience the freedom of money, but also the freedom of joy and the freedom of why you're building your assets in the first place
100%.
To truly experience the freedom of joy in your life.
Yeah.
And to me, buying a beautiful dream home is a peak joy experience. And it would drive the purpose of why I'm building the assets in the first place. So if you're doing that, and if you're building what you're building because you want to buy this thing, then freedom wouldn't even be in question.
Agree. In fact, I'll tell you a fun game I play with houses. So to your point, buy the house because it's going to create lots of joy in your life. And when I look at the appreciation, instead of paying rent, can you imagine if your appreciation just alone, forget about making money on your house. What if the appreciation was like free rent and someone was just giving you a house to live in and it appreciated so much at the end of the day that when you look back, you kind of live there for free. Wouldn't that be cool? I like to play that game a lot when I buy my personal real estate. Like I have another home in the mountains and it's appreciated to the point where it's pretty much I'm playing on the bank's dime. So it's a super fun game. I'm going there today actually. And I still enjoy it for all the things, but it's even more fun when you win the financial game of it. It's like, oh, this is the house. And I'm pretty sure the bank is giving this to me.
Yeah.
How fun.
How fun.
Yeah.
And it's that much more meaningful because you've played the game.
Yes.
But you've played the game, the financial game, in alignment with the feeling.
That when I bought the house 9 years ago, the seller said to me, JP, I know this house is going to double and I shouldn't be selling right now. I know it. And my response to him was, I think you're right. But he was moving to Hawaii. He had a different, that happens in life. We actually had a really clear understanding. I thought, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. And he got to live his life in Hawaii. So that's a lot of business opportunities. We're not AI robots. Things happen in life where we need cash, health challenges, to change of life, different locations. And that's exactly what happened. And so sometimes those things, and again, I actually still talk to the seller, by the way, 9 years later, we're friends.
I've heard you talk to the seller.
He's great. He's great. But again, so it didn't have to be win-lose. We joked about it and it did happen.
Yeah.
And we're still friends this day and have dinner because it was like an acknowledgement. Like, talk about win-win-win.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, another thing that comes to mind, and this is the last thing I'll say on this one, is if you truly know that you have the financial freedom to purchase your dream house, and you're still feeling tight around the freedom of like, should I do this? Is it actually going to make me feel free?
Yeah.
Then maybe it's time to go back to your framework and to your vision.
Yeah.
And understand that this is in clarity and alignment with the life that you're actually creating.
Right. Being really clear. Is this a not negotiable or a kind of negotiable? I'm getting really, really clear. Is this like a 10 out of 10? I want this thing. I need this thing. This is really important to me. Or is it like a 7?
Yeah.
7s are fine, but maybe you don't need a 7 right away.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, next.
Next one. Oh, you'll like this one.
Let's hear.
I want to give away a meaningful amount of money, but part of me feels less safe every time I give.
Wow.
Do I give now or do I wait?
Okay. Wow. Loaded question. Once
Loaded
again,
question.
I'm going to give you, I hate to say it, I know it's not part of the game, but I'm going to say it depends. It's like a lifeline. So when you're really giving and you really get that you're living within the Fulfillionaire framework, your nervous system of currency, the current in your body, is giving and receiving becomes the flow. It's the actual current of giving and receiving. The very question tells me that that person is not in the flow of giving and receiving. So number one, I would go back before I answered. I would say, let's go back to the framework and figure out what's keeping you out of the flow. Is there a reality? Are your numbers off? Maybe it's your number. Are you going backwards? Are your numbers off? Are you not clear about your numbers? Something's off in that statement. Because once you know your numbers and you know where you're at and you have a clear definition of what winning is to you and your freedom number, it's still scary to give, by the way. It doesn't mean it gets easy. But what you're doing at that point is once you know you've been responsible and your plan makes sense with the things you want most in life, then that's the spiritual work. That's the fun part. Because when you give from that place, and sometimes it's going to give till you hurts. There's a reason for the expression, right? It is going to hurt sometimes. You're going to be on the edge. But if you know it's coming from a place of responsibility, I promise you that's where the spiritual breakthrough is. Yeah. That's the other side of that is more generosity. And I can tell you from my own experience, it becomes addicting. You just want to give. You kind of forget about it. You just like, you forget what you've done. And as you get older through the years, like there's all these beautiful stories that people remind you of, like things that changed their lives and organizations that changed their lives. I got invited to a dinner where I was a large donor, and they brought in 100 visiting people to like look at this thing that we created. And they're all like, yeah, JP, go JP. And I was like laughing. I'm like, my God, I've already received more than I ever expected. I've already been given more than the money was. And that was a hard one. It was definitely hitting my edge, but the gifts just keep on coming. This was already 2.5 years ago. And the love and the acknowledgement and the joy of that gift, it's continuing so much longer than I ever expected it to. So this is just bonus rounds. So guess what? When you're in a game and you get free bonus rounds, that's pretty fun too. You're like, I'm in bonus rounds, kudos, love, dinners, acknowledgement, mentorship. This is so much fun. Let's do more of that. So I would say that you can't tell from that response of that person's really in that position. They're certainly not in the right nervous system or mindset. Mm-hmm. So my sense to answer that question properly is get yourself in the mindset, do the work of where you're at financially. And I would say if you actually are there and your freedom number and your burn rate are lined up and giving is a value for you, that is your moment to stretch. That is your moment to press into the uncomfortableness, because there is so much goodness. It's your unlock to more generosity. And in that generosity, guess what's going to happen? You've told money you can trust it. Now money can trust you. What happens when money can trust you? It wants to hang out with you more, and more of it wants to come.
I've heard you share the story of how you donated your biggest check last year.
Yeah.
It's, in theory, it's easy to say that you did that. Like, you did it, and I've heard what happened for you after you did it too. It's a beautiful story. And for someone who's like still hesitating to take on the challenge of doing that, what would you tell them? Like, how can they overcome themselves?
I had a mentor on this. I had a mentor who was really pressing me. He's a great, generous philanthropist. And I remember he cornered me I was on a men's retreat weekend and he cornered me in this men's retreat weekend. And I was actually the final, because I was hemming and hawing. I'm like, I don't know. There's always 100 reasons why you shouldn't do it, by the way. What if next year's a bad year? What if something changes? What if I'm wrong? Next year. Like there's a lot of, your brain will keep telling you these things. And I got pressed. And he said to me, his name is Ruben. And Ruben said to me, JP, I promise you, I know this is scary. Take the leap. Because from the leap, you're going to see what comes next gets bigger and bigger and bigger. He was sharing his story. He now donates 7 digits, maybe even 8 digits, a year. And he says, JP, it's the first one is the hardest leap. You'll understand what I'm saying if you just trust me and take that first leap. But it's got to be a number, responsible, that's a little edgy. Until it's edgy, you're not going to do the work. Because from that, once you understand, it's going to change you're going to get more from it than you're going to get more in receiving than what you're giving.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely right. I'm actually looking for my next big give and what it's going to be too.
I think it'd be really cool. In our workshop, one of the things that we do is help people identify their freedom number.
Yeah.
We could also help people identify their giving number.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
That'd be really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Heck yeah.
Wow. Like a boss. So Krishna, those are our first 3 questions. I love the game that you created today. I want to play it again. But for now, we'll end on those first 3 questions. Does that sound good?
Perfect.
I do want to offer, for anyone listening, if you do have any mindset or tactics, financial questions where you feel stuck right now, reach out to me in the comments. Let's reach out. Let's play the game together. I'm telling you time and time again, what feels really stuck for you or dead or scary is something that you can work through. There's always more abundance. There's always more space. And we would love to help lift you out through that. So thanks for listening to the episode. If you liked it, you can like and subscribe, right? Isn't that part of like the deal?
Yeah.
All this fun stuff.
Like the episode.
Subscribe to our channel.
By the way, Fulfillionaire does not exist without your support. Yeah. And truly, this is a movement to create more and more impact together. And as it sounds like a seemingly small thing, but hitting the subscribe button is so helpful to us.
And if you want to know more, fulfillionaire.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.